Hi, welcome to Ask Johnsy, where we look at what are the risks involved in investing in property. Clearly there are risks. It's a risk versus reward industry. The risk will depend on how you're buying and what you're buying, and how you address these risks really depend on how risk averse you are as an investor. Some people take huge risks and do really well out of it. Some people take big risks and don't invest again. You know, you can mitigate for a lot of the risks. Many of the risks associated with investing in property come from investing in off-plan property. There's a lot of perceived risks associated with buying off-plan property. But again, it is a risk-reward, and a lot of the benefits from buying a property off-plan can be multiplied when you're buying actually off-plan. This is a reason why some people never invest, because they see the negatives and the risks of investing without really measuring and really understanding what the positives are and what those risks really mean. I mean, the UK market is heavily regulated, which makes it quite a safe platform for investing. Let's look at some of the risks. The development's not built on time. The developer runs out of money, and so another construction company's brought in. What you expected as a build quality isn't quite there. You know, you might get something that's substandard to what you were expecting. You may not get the finance you wanted. You may get to completion, apply for your mortgage, and that product might not be there anymore. You might be paying a higher rate, which changes the scope of that investment. Your personal situation may change. Again, that's going to have a big impact on the investment. And there may be change in in legislation, which we've seen a lot recently with cladding issues and cladding legislations that have come in and changed build schedules dramatically. In a standard purchase, what can go wrong? We've looked at off-plan. But on just a normal purchase, you go in and buying a property which is already completed. You might find out later on that you've got nightmare neighbours, you know, and a lot of people, this is one of the reasons a lot of people view the property. They want to see who's living next door, who's living around that area. What type of tenant can you expect? Tenant profile is very, very important. That tenant is paying your bills, is looking after your asset, and a lot of people overlook this. Void periods. You know, if you get void periods, people are not in your apartment, they're not paying for your apartment's not being paid for. You might want to change agents, you might want to reduce the rent, you might want to go and redecorate the property. In order to change its appeal. There's also going to be a lot of exterior factors which are out of your control. Schools may close down locally, a hospital may close down locally, a university. You know, there may be a new road put in which makes it a noisier neighbourhood. There's a lot of things that can happen. A lot of this can be further understood by going and viewing the area and looking at any plans to change in the future. Well, there's only a certain amount you can do. Obviously, all of this adds to risk, but really the real impact of those risks are quite minimal, really. It could be that your returns don't meet your expectations. This is probably one of people's biggest fears, that they invest the money and what they're expecting to receive back doesn't quite hit home. The other thing is you might need to sell the property fast. So you always keep one eye on how quickly you might be able to exit a particular investment. And they're the main risks of when investing in property. And thank you for watching Ask Johnsy. Thank you for watching Ask Johnsy. Feel free to ask any questions in the comments box below, or email us at askjohnsy, all one word, at residential-estates.co.uk. If you find this video useful, click on the like and subscribe buttons below. You will also find our contact details below. See you on the next Ask Johnsy.